So here I am finally answering this question for a video because I've been asked on live stream, I've been asked on my like cosplay page, because a lot of people noticed, hey, in 2020 you stopped cosplaying and you just started streaming. Hi guys, it's me again. I'm Just Sheik, and for those of you who don't know me, I am a live streamer on Twitch and also a cosplayer, and I just enjoy making content. I want to be here for those of you who feel that you have no idea where to start when it comes to streaming. It's overwhelming. You didn't realize that there's more that has to go into streaming than you thought. And for those of you who maybe it's not live streaming, but it's something else that you want to do and you don't have the funds or the following, or you just simply don't know where to start. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I knew nothing about streaming. I honestly thought that streaming, especially Twitch, was for pro gamers only, and maybe at a time it was, but my knowledge of it was, yeah, people are all gathering here because they do live streaming there. That's for like extreme gamers. Now I've been like playing games since I was 11, or actually 9. I've been playing games since, yeah, childhood, and not so much in the competitive area. So I was kind of like, whatever, I don't need that. 2020 hit. Everyone knows we all were like basically forced to stay inside. I had left my job because it kind of like crumbled. I was working at a school and we weren't allowed to work at school anymore. And so with that, I ended up actually going through a divorce and moving into another state. That's a whole other video, a whole other story. I was in a weird place in my life, and I didn't have a job when I got to Washington. I was renting a room for my cousins, and they were very kind, very helpful. I basically sold almost all of my things. So I had an old computer. Like, this is what I had. I had a computer with a 10-year-old processor. The motherboard and everything else was kind of like around 8 years, and I forget, but I did get a newer graphics card. So a friend of mine built it for me. She was really good at PC building. She built it. Another friend of mine like gave me their old motherboard and processor because they got a new one. Mind you, this thing was loud. When it ran, it was sounding like a monster. It was going hard. I was grateful that I had a computer, but it really couldn't do too much. And when I moved into the room, I had Wi-Fi. So if you have any of those things, old PC, you're running off just Wi-Fi, no Ethernet, and you don't have a job, you're qualified to stream. So my little brain thinks, oh, you know what, maybe we should stream. A few friends suggested it, and here I am at the computer, and I go to Twitch, and I'm thinking, where's the live button? Like, where do I go live? Like, I have a webcam. It was like a $20 or less camera I found on Amazon, and I couldn't figure out like how to go live, and I was just kind of like, okay, a little too confident. Like, I'd been online, I had YouTube videos up, I did a lot of Instagram cosplay posting, and I realized I knew nothing about streaming. Like, it wasn't like you just hit live and you're like, hey guys, I'm live. And I thought there was like an option where you like click to show your screen. Like, I really thought it was like that. What helped me to start figuring out how to cosplay, this is probably gonna sound like cliche, but I googled it. I was just like, what program do I use to stream from Twitch? Like, how do I stream from Twitch? And I was honestly surprised at the length you kind of had to go. Like, it seems easy now, but I was just like, I have to get a program to connect to this program to stream this, and if I want anything else different, cool graphics, chats that look different, sounds, like everything was like,
get this app, get this program, this browser source, and this browser source, and this browser source. I was seriously just
like, oh my gosh, is this even worth it?
But as I sat down, you guys, I had to sit down and figure out, do I really want to do this? This is going to take more effort than I thought, and this is going to require more time. And then I realized, you know what, I have time. I don't have a job. I don't know what's going on. The world is crazy. I moved to a whole other state. I don't have friends. This is the perfect opportunity to sit and actually learn something new. So it will take some effort. and I ended up attending the beautiful school of YouTube. I dedicated a week where every day I spent like half an hour to an hour watching a couple videos because I wanted to get different takes on it, how to stream from Twitch, the best way to stream from Twitch, the programs to use from Twitch. Like, I got into the nitty-gritty and I took notes. I think it's like, some people kind of make fun of it saying school of YouTube, but honestly it's a thing. Like, there's so many people giving their wisdom and their knowledge and experience for free. So of course I sat there and I studied it. Like, I didn't just sit around just being like,
I want to do this, I think I should do this, I want to do this, I think I should do this.
Like, I just did it. I studied and I figured out what's the best way that I can get on there. Now granted, I was surprised. I did all these things and then realized, like, oh, they suggest no Wi-Fi. I had no way of doing Ethernet. Like, it just wasn't an option. I couldn't do anything invasive or whatever. Like, the router was not going to be near me while I lived there. So to end that little story, I ended up doing my first stream. I didn't save my VOD because I didn't know how. I didn't look into the options. I went through Streamlabs. I figured at the time that was best. It's very user-friendly. They don't have the best rep now, I don't think, but at the time it worked for me. Streamlabs was there and it just really was user-friendly. So I went through Streamlabs, I set up like basic stuff, and I started to share online. So with all these little things, I'm gonna go into how I kind of did it.
5 hours later.
If you don't have a computer, you can stream through your phone. You can stream online through your phone. Where is my phone? So when you're on your page, you have people you're following and everything, and you'll hit create. And on there, it's stream manager, the stream info, and then you'll want to hit go live. And then it says like go live in 5. You're seconds away from directly. Oh shoot, I don't want to do it though. Okay, hopefully it's not going live. Anyway, that's how you find it. You had to go live right here. So what you'll want to do though is choosing your software to stream into Twitch. So it needs a software, and there's a software, and then there's Twitch, and you'll want to use a software that goes and it sends it to Twitch, so people on Twitch are like, oh, hey, I'm watching you go live. So I went with Streamlabs first. I used it for about a year, and then I switched to OBS. Streamlabs OBS is good, but just OBS I found to be a bit better. It is more like intermediate. It's a little like less pretty and cute. It's very much to the details, like just straightforward. This is a program, put in your stuff, and you're live. Streamlabs kind of makes things look fun and cute, but it also runs harder on your computer. So when I switched over, I still had my own computer, and I ended up I didn't realize what I was doing. I didn't know that it was running harder on my computer. So my computer's going really hard, and guess what? This girl decides, you know what? I don't have the confidence. I don't have the confidence for this. I had some confidence. I did do cosplay. I was used to doing interviews and guesting at, like, doing guest panels. So I had that with me. That does help. If you're not like that, or you don't have the confidence, you can use VTubing. And with that, I will explain that is what I did. I ended up feeling uncomfortable after the first few streams of me streaming my face. I realized, you know what, maybe I should try this VTubing thing. VTubing got really big. I created my own using a template on an app I found for free on Steam, and I ended up making Sebi, this cute like little girl with bear ears. Sebi helped me out. Like, trust me, Sebi gave me confidence. When I had her out, I felt like I had a mask on. I felt confident. VTubing honestly is really big now. Like, super popular VTubers are out there, and it just helps you feel so confident. You can get your personality or a different personality if you'd like to share. You feel just like, yeah, it just kind of boosts your confidence. You don't really think, oh, I'm putting myself out there. You're like, I am, but I have a mask on. So to me, it reminded me of cosplay, where I'm like, I'm out and about, I'm talking with people, but I'm dressed fun and different. So I'm not fully me right now. And I think that's okay. That's good. But after a while, I started to gain my community with Sebi. I would sometimes still stream my face, and as I streamed my face, I realized people were like, we want to know you, like we want to know like who you are, we like you. And so slowly Sebi just kind of started to disappear. My Sebi streams slowed down, and once I got my new computer, I didn't move over all her files correctly, so I wasn't able to like change all her clothes or change looks, and I just was like, you know what, I think I'm done with Sebi. And I ended up just streaming my face even without makeup, and I had the confidence there. If you're struggling with confidence, please consider really sitting there with yourself, thinking about it. Please don't give yourself an anxiety attack. You don't have to stream. You don't have to put yourself out there. There are other ways to either mask yourself, or you just streaming's not for you. I want to be honest with people. Like, I think a lot of us, we get in the hype of like, this looks fun, this looks cool, I want to do this, I can earn money. There's so much that goes into it that it might not be worth it if you're feeling too like, I don't like being in front of the camera. It's like, okay, then like you wouldn't go to do modeling, or you wouldn't want to be an actor. Like, that's kind of how it is with streaming. But there's also alternate routes that you can take that might help boost if you're like, I feel like I can work on this confidence, or I feel like I can do this, but can I do it in a different way? And yes, you can. And I'm not trying to discourage you guys. I just really want to be honest, and I want you to be honest with yourself. I've had to sit here and really think about streaming so many times when I've considered quitting or doing something else, because you really find yourself tired sometimes. Like, it can be socially draining. I am someone who loves to be by myself. I like alone time, and even though I enjoy human interaction or talking with people, like just talking right now, I'll just eventually start to feel like, oh, I don't want to respond to people. Oh, everyone's watching my reactions to everything I do in this game, and your mind starts to be like, I want alone time, I want alone time. So I really want you guys to like, I want to be open about that and share that those are real thoughts and real feelings. But there's such a beautiful side to streaming, like making the connections with the community. That is just what keeps me going. A few things that I kind of looked into and considered is, if you are streaming from a lower internet, like you're like, dude, my internet sucks, I don't know what to do, like I want to stream but I keep having streams that are like freezing, glitching, whatever, or people are just like, dude, your stream crashed. For those streaming at 720 at 30 frames per second, the standard on Twitch, that's the standard, you want to stick around 3000 kilobits without going over like the 5000. And if you're streaming in 1080p, you'll want to do like the 60 FPS, and that's the best quality on Twitch. That's what I do. So I stream at 1080p with 60. So I hope that that kind of helps understand the internet. As for a good mic or a headset, please, if you can, get yourself a mic. I started with the headset microphone. I do suggest a mic on an arm. Now this is lovely. I got this for my birthday earlier this year, but for the longest time I used a blackout blue Yeti that a friend gave me. I was very lucky. I will say a lot of things were gifted to me, like an extra monitor, an extra ring light were given to me by a friend who was streaming and stopped streaming. My monitor here was a gift when I moved to Washington. My computer, when I bought it, I was able to use some of my savings that I've been like saving up, hoping for. I got some donations from my lovely community, and I just, you know, hard work, just keep working, trying to get that PC. And then my husband, who I was just dating at the time, gave me like a chunk of money because he was like, dude, I like love your live streaming, I think you're doing good, and I want to help you get a new computer, because that computer is like, it was bad, guys. It was bad. It was a live heater in my room. That thing was heating up everything. I'm surprised it didn't blow up. I just hope that I can encourage someone, if you're listening to this and you just seriously still feel a little overwhelmed, I'm just gonna give you a to-do list. Today or tomorrow, the rest of this week, whatever it is, sit down with yourself, ask, why do you want to stream? Write down some things that you think would be fun to stream, and then look at your setup. If you have a webcam, you have a mic, you have a PC that can run multiple programs at a time, and you have decent internet, you got this. And even if your internet's not the best, like I said, I was able to do it, but you just have to have a lower frame rate just lower bitrate as well. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Like I said, if you have any questions or anything, please don't be shy. Just message me here in the comments, and if you have any other ideas or video suggestions, please let me know. Okay, I love you guys. God bless.